How you doing? I'm Jeff with Jeff's Lawn Landscaping. I wanted to get on here and talk just a little bit. So, one of my goals for starting next year, well, I may not be able to get it all done before I start back mowing, but one of my goals next year is to have everything running tip-top shape that I have, equipment-wise, vehicle-wise, um, all my hand tools and everything. I've got a goal that I want everything to be running that I have, and if it's at the point where it can't be fixed, I want to get rid of it. I don't want it laying around. I want to have it where when I go to do a job, I grab let's say if I gotta go trim shrubs, I grab a hedge trimmer. I don't have to worry about which one that I'm grabbing. I want them all to be working, which usually I bring. Like I always say, I like having two of everything. So I like grabbing a couple of them in case something happens when you're running it. But I'd like to get to a point where every single thing is running, and which sometimes that's kind of hard to do when you have several different things. But I started off today. Well, actually, I had it took it back to the shop, some hedge trimmers, and so I started off with that, and I'll show you. So I just got these back today, and I'd like to get some numbers, like if I can find some stick-on numbers where I can put on here and know which one's the oldest, because after they get so old and you start having some problems with them, when it gets to that point, it just seems like you're taking it to the shop all the time. I want to be able to know, okay, this is one of the first ones that I had, so it's time for that to go. Just like this one here, I actually just got it back, and it's got the papers on there, but I think it's the oldest hedge trimmer I have, and even if I got rid of it now, it's definitely made its money back. But like I say, I like to put numbers where I'd put number 1 on that one, and then I think this is the second oldest. But I left the papers on that one because I tried to start it, and there's a couple of them I had a little trouble starting, but it may have just been because they was setting a while. But I left that on there knowing that I just got that from the shop, to where if I have to take it back. But like I said, that's the oldest one, and I think that's the second oldest. And I just bought this at the beginning of the year, somewhere around sometime this year. And then I have this hedge trimmer here, and actually with this, the only thing was wrong with that is one of the screws up here where it attaches. Like you have two on the let me turn this way, two on the top here. One of them was, I want to say it's the one on the right, got broke, so I had to get it replaced. And when I went to try to start it, it wasn't the hedge trimmer part of it wasn't attached to it right, where the blades weren't turning, so they had to end up replacing that screw, and I started it up. Had a little trouble starting it just because it's kind of cold natured anyways, but after you get it going, it's usually all right. But I had a little trouble with it starting, and then the oldest one here, I had trouble with it starting at first, but messed with it a little bit, and got it going. So this may be the first time in a long time, but actually all 4 of these started at one time, or just now. So hopefully at the beginning of the year it'll be that way, and I'll be good on the hedge trimmer part. And I would say probably only need 2 of these here. But what happens is a lot of times one will tear up, or even 2 will tear up, and I'll run and go buy me another one, and then you end up with more, which I'd rather have more than not enough. But like I said, that's the oldest one, and it started up, but it seems like the pull rope is actually a little shorter than what I like. But anyways, I'm gonna run that as long as I can. And like I said, if I had them numbered, I would know one way you can tell is you can tell around the gas tank there where it faded, the sun's faded it, and then this one here is that way too. But you get over to this one, it's really white. So you can tell that, which you know, if this one fades, you're not going to know which one the new one is. But like I said, I've had these for a while, and I like the bigger hedge trimmer there. I usually, you know, I thought when I bought this one that I would eventually just go to them and do away with these here. But I kind of like having both because, you know, when you get the small, short shrubs, it's kind of nice to have this to use. And then, of course, when you get to the big hedges, I like having this. You know, sometimes I still may have to get on the ladder, but if it keeps me from getting on the ladder as much as possible, it's good. And even with this, even if you don't have to get on a ladder or it ain't tall, like if you get into hedges, you know, that's a lot bigger hedge trimmer there where you know, you're covering some ground compared to that one, although those ain't too small or too short. You know, it really does make a difference. And I've noticed on the hedges too, I don't have to bend down as far. Like if you're going along the sides of the hedges, I don't have to bend down as far as that one there. And as you're getting older and your back starts to lock up and starts aching and stuff, every little bit like that helps. And then another thing that I done, I took the white truck today and got the oil changed in it. So I got that going. There's still a few things, just like a minor thing that I need to get fixed on this. I need to be doing that right away. And then here's the red truck, and it's got some things wrong with it too. I'm thinking it may be a battery, and then it may be like a wire problem or something. But I need to get that fixed. So when I get started back and everything, I'd like to maybe it'd be nice if it was a short winter or something where I could get it started, get this going right at the beginning of the year. You know. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of go over that a little bit, and we'll see next year how my goal is to get everything going. And I'd like to get everything organized, so I may end up doing that here right away. I like to have all my hedge trimmers and stuff hung up. I don't know if you've seen some of my earlier videos. When I first started videoing, I had a storage unit and I had everything organized on the wall and everything. I really like that. So I like to get back organized, hang everything up, and I just like it when you get ready to go to work, you just know where everything's at. You grab it, put it in the truck, and you're gone. I don't want to have to dig through everything and pull several things out to get to something in the back and everything. So I just, like I said, I want to get as organized, and I'm going to try to start with making sure everything is running, and that's something I'm going to work on during the winter. At least the minor things, you know. I don't want to spend too much where I make sure I get through the winter, but the smaller things that I can fix, I'm going to work on doing that. Yeah, if you leave in the comments if you have a lawn service and there's some of the things that you're doing during the winter to get organized for next year, I'd appreciate for you to let me know what that is. It might give me some ideas of things I could be doing. And then with the white truck, I'm wanting to, you know, it's definitely, I've showed this before, it's got different signs. This is signs that I started out with, or one of them. But, you know, of course, it's the same name and everything, and the number back here. But this one here, you know, of course, the same name. It's got a different logo. So, I mean, I could go and do it right now, but I'm gonna go get me some signs and put this my new logo on there, which is this here, because I just put that on the white truck where if I'm out, somebody might get my number, and even though it looks a little different, you know, I figured it'd still be better than not having nothing on my truck at all. But that's one thing I'm wanting to try to fix. So this is the back of it. So and there's a few more things I was wanting to do to this truck here. You may have already heard, but on the back of it, I'm wanting to put my put American flag on there. The person who was blowing was actually one of my customers. So, but I want to get this red truck fixed before I go and put anything else on there. And then here's the trailer. Alright, well, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate if you go back and check out some of my other videos and like and subscribe. Thank you.